What is up, Cincinnati? Welcome to 2023. This is my very first show where I get to have a guest for the very first time. It's all about basketball today, but it's for a very good cause, y'all. Trust me, you don't want to miss this today because we're going to be talking about a basketball tournament that helps, kids, with different diseases, and they have a basketball tournament that really helps these kids out in the community all in one. Well, folks, this is your boy, Stanley Soul Train Jefferson with the goods, once again, here to spread the word about great things happening around Cincinnati and the Tri-States. We're going to talk about this organization called Cincinnati Contest of Champions. It's a basketball tournament that they do. And to get into that, we're going to introduce you to my man right here, Stuart. Stuart, why don't you say hi to the people?
How you doing? Thank you, Stanley, Soul Train, Jefferson, for allowing me the opportunity to come and speak on your show.
Ain't no problem, man. No problem. Absolutely no problem here. Cincinnati Contest of Champions. It's a great organization that you're doing, man. I appreciate what you're doing, helping these kids out. It's been starting since 2013, I understand.
Yes, sir.
How about you start off by, telling me and others that don't know about this, what is the Cincinnati Contest of Champions?
Cincinnati Contest of Champions is an organization that brings together adult basketball players to raise money for a child with cancer.
So, with that in mind, it's been starting since 2013, and from my understanding, it started out with a guy named James Bo Green. He had brain cancer.
Yes.
And he really helped out the community. We talked about this before we got started with the show. He was a helping hand. He's always been that great positive influence towards children. Why don't you tell me about that and how, Cincinnati Contest of Champions really got started with him?
So we're part of the American Old Timers Adult Basketball Organization. And through this, just like with basketball, it's a common ground and it's a universal thing that gets people to come together. And so with this guy by the name of James Bo Green, who's a product of Cleveland and also played for the University of Cincinnati, he was one of our brothers playing basketball in this adult organization, and he was diagnosed with brain cancer. And since when he became diagnosed with brain cancer, it really shed a light on us that life is precious and is important. And so we decided as a group, as a whole, to try to do something to raise money to offset his expenses. And we came up with a tournament, and we figured we'd do basketball since it's the key that brought us together, and we'll have a basketball tournament to raise these funds. And we did so and raised the money for him. And then later on, after that, he passed a few months later, and we decided to continue to the fight. And since Bo Green was a champion for our youth, we decided to help a child who was diagnosed with cancer and continue the basketball tournament.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. This is a contest of champions for all kids. If you know a child that has a life-threatening disease or a disease of any kind, Stuart and Cincinnati Contest of Champions, they're your people. And like I said in one of my promos, I mentioned everyone wins on Set the Record Straight with Soul Train. And I'm here to tell you, with Stuart and his organization, in the basketball tournaments, all teams and all kids win, for his tournament. And, everybody wins. You don't just compete just to play basketball. It's about kids. It's all about supporting those kids, with those type of diseases and cancers, and be that helping hand and tell them that we care. So, my man, it's my understanding, since the inception in 2013, you all been, doing this for several kids, and you all donate money towards the kid and the family. I understand, correct?
That is correct.
I'm gonna show you all a graphic that I made out right here. Since 2013, we had Bo Green, the first recipient, of course. You all gave them $1,200, and then the list goes on. You got Taylor Grant, then Aiden Henson, Gregory McGruder, and then tell me if I got this name wrong, Sierra Miller.
That's correct.
Okay, and then Tommy Davis family in 2018, and then Gabriel Wilfong, and then obviously there's no recipient due to the pandemic in 2020, and then we had Kaylin Chamberlain, and then Leah Calhoun. So when you see these lists of people and the money that you all donated to, is it for the kids in the family or just the kid itself?
It's for the child as well as the family. The family sometimes have some help, but then there's other expenses like when they have to take off of work to go to the hospital, and they have bills that are piling up and so forth. So we're just trying to be a little beacon of light to help them out the best way we can. We're not a cure, but we're just trying to do the best we can to help them.
So when you see these names, that I have listed on, on the graphic here, like, what does that really tell you, when you see these names of people, especially Bo Green, since he started all this?
When you see the list of names on this, it does something to you to see that these are children that are just beginning their lives, and for them to be in a situation where they have to fight for their lives at such an early age, and not to be elderly and have to be faced with such trauma, it's overwhelming, and it really makes us move to try to do the best that we can to help somebody out. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. put it best by saying that the most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And that's something that we all should embrace, that what are we doing to help others out, to help them in their struggles. And that's something that not just me, but the people that I'm surrounded with, they're the ones the volunteers that come out, that work the tables, that help to register people, and the donations that we receive. All of those are cogs in the wheel of trying to help someone out, and they're the ones who really need to be applauded. And I'm thankful for the crew that we have to help achieve this goal of helping a child out with cancer.
Like you mentioned, you have to thank all those people, those volunteers, for being that helping hand, not only for the tournament, but for all those kids. The more you volunteer, the better. And speaking of which, I understand you're going to have a basketball tournament coming up here soon in March next year. Speaking of March Madness and speaking of basketball, I'm going to put this graphic up right now. Why don't you tell us about this?
The Cincinnati Contest of Champions on March the 24th through the 26th. We have teams coming in from Chicago, from Louisville, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Detroit, all the surrounding cities and states that come to compete and to have fun. And all those teams are helpful in raising this money. So they not all know that they're coming here for this child who the recipient this year is a 12-year-old boy by the name of Owen Little, who was diagnosed with leukemia. And so all the guys that are coming in, just like throughout the years, like last year and the year before, they come in with their hearts open to compete, but the main thing is to raise the money to help a child out. That's a great thing.
And like he said, the basketball tournament is on the weekend of March 24th through the 26th at the Sports Plus facility in Evendale. It's for adults ages 30 plus. I mean, you don't be surprised if you see LeBron James or a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You never know who's going to be there. They might be balling. You never know. Stuart, you never know.
Yeah.
And again, our proceeds is going to help Owen Little. So shout out to him and his family. We're doing this for you. We got pictures of Owen here, as a matter of fact. Here we go right here. I'm going to show you some pictures of Owen here, 4 of them that I put up. When you see these pictures of him, like, what does that really tell you and, those that's participating in the basketball tournament coming up?
It tells me that there's a child that needs help. And we, as adults, if you see a child that's in need, you try your best to help them. And so...
Yeah, I see here he has a basketball, and he really loves basketball. He really does.
Yes, this young man is, I guess, one of the first that's really suitable for this benefit that we're having, because the other ones that we helped out, they weren't as loving with basketball as this young man, who, as you can see on this picture, is really crazy about basketball.
Oh, man, check this out. LeBron James. He's decking out that LeBron James. And speaking of which, congrats to King James for being the all-time NBA leading scorer, passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He only needed 36 points against, was it New Orleans? No, it was OKC. It was Oklahoma City Thunder, even though they lost over at the Crypto.com arena. But congrats to him. But, like, when you see, like, this one right here, LeBron James, I know it's his hero. Basketball is like a hero sport to him.
That's correct.
And, what does it really mean to see him in the NBA jersey like LeBron James? Like, what does it mean for you to see? You kind of mentioned already that he really loves basketball. And especially when I see him wearing that jersey, it's like he has, NBA stars that are like his heroes, like LeBron.
Yeah, he has his hopes and aspirations of even playing on a higher level. And so that's a great dream to have. You never know what God has in store for this young man. It can, all things are possible.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a very tremendous and outstanding little boy, and he's an inspiration to this basketball tournament that you putting on here. I mean, folks, you saw the pictures of Owen. He's a inspiration, to me too, because as a basketball fan myself, when you have these tournaments, and they do it for a kid or an adult or organization or any other individual, it really shows, like, if you bring basketball together along with, kids in the community, it brings everyone together. And that's what Stewart is doing. He's bringing everyone together. So for those that's interested in volunteering, I'm going to pull up the website here. No, that's not it. Hold on one second. Here we go, right here. If you want to participate in this tournament and you want to learn more about this, you can go on this website right here, which is cincybball.com. Sorry about
Correct.
that. What can people learn when they go on this website?
You can learn who we are, what we're all about. You see the volunteers on there. You learn who, and which you've already know, who the recipient is for this year. And you will also be able to register a team if you want to participate. So the ages, they're increments of 5. So we're starting at 30-year-old, then we go to 35-year-old, 40-year-old, and so forth, and even go up to 60-year-olds. So there's different divisions in which you can participate in. And like I said before, you have teams coming in from all over to participate and to play ball and to have that fellowship, that brotherhood, and for this great cause of helping the child out.
So what do you want people to know when they come to this tournament, that's coming up, and especially the one you all just had, this past weekend that I got to see, because there's 2 different basketball tournaments that was going on. I thought it was the one I was going to cover. I thought I was going to cover you guys, but I was doing Special Olympics. So, when they come to this tournament in March next month, what do you want them to know when they actually come in and play, in this tournament in honor of Owen?
Just come with your mindset on just having a good time, having a good time, watching the old guys participate, enjoying the food that we'll have, and just loving on this little boy. That's what it's all about. It's all about loving and giving back to the community, giving back to help someone out. That's basically it. Just to give back and to do the best that you can to shed a light or shine a light on a little child, and let that child know that they're not alone, that there's other people who care. There's other people who have been through the struggle. There's people whose families are touched right now because they've had a loved one pass from cancer, or they have loved ones that are struggling with cancer, so they can relate to this event. And so just come out and love on the child and let them know that that this child is not alone and that he has an extension of his family.
So obviously he is going to be there, and people can come and greet him, correct?
That is correct.
So if the family was watching this right now, including Owen, if Owen and his family was watching this show right now, what do you want them to know if they're watching this right now?
I would want them to know that we love them and that we care about them and that we're going to do the best that we can to help them.
And we are going to help them. And, do my show and do my own, my show and do, your basketball tournament, we are going to help this little boy and other kids, for many years to come. And once again, for those, if you forgot, if you're just tuning in on my show, if you want to learn more about this, I'm going to pull up the website one more time. Here you go. cincybball.com. Go on there, see what's going on. You can even see if there's any other tournaments going on down the road, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And, and if you want to donate, you can donate on there too, can't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can do it all. You can donate. You could see, what team you can register for your team, register, for yourself, for your own team. It doesn't matter. Just be there to support, not only your team, but also for Owen and other kids that they're supporting. Cincinnati Contest of Champions is honoring. And this is a good opportunity, for basketball lovers everywhere. Please, please, please be there on the weekend of March 24th, over in Evendale. Please be there. I'm going to show this one more time, this graphic here, and just in case. Once again, it's on the weekend of March 24th at the Sports Plus facility. Be there. It doesn't matter if you're 62 or my age at 37. It doesn't matter. Come out and play. Get your hoops on, and just like Curtis Blow. Here, come here, man. We're gonna sing this song because we here. Come here. I'm gonna try to do something. Hold on 1 second. Oh, whoop. There we go. No, this way. Here, come in a little bit. Yeah, come in. Oh yeah, there you go. We playing basketball. We love our basketball. We playing basketball. We love our
You're doing a good job.
Basketball. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the running up and down the court. So if you love doing that, do it for Owen. Please be there on the weekend of the 24th. You ain't gonna miss it. Stuart's doing the right thing for those kids. And once again, I don't know if I told you or not, but you are my first guest of the year for my show on Set the Record Straight.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Hey, no problem, my man. No problem. Let me get this music started here. Folks, once again, it's been an honor, of serving you all here in Cincinnati and the Tri-States, letting you all what's going on here, with all these organizations and, nonprofits and the great things that they having, around Cincinnati because, Stuart, like I mentioned to you, my show is all about good vibes and good times, positive things that's happening, in our communities. And, I want you to keep in touch with me on what y'all do. Yeah. Because the more people I can get involved on my show, the merrier. And, you can watch it on my show on YouTube. Wayquat's going to have it on theirs. I'm going to have it on mine. Okay. I'll send you the link. Once again, y'all, if you want to get more involved in this basketball tournament or learn more about Cincinnati Contest of Champions, it's cincybball.com. Go on there. You can learn more about the tournaments coming up and how to donate and all that good stuff. Oh. And also, if you want to learn more about my show, go on. If you have any ideas, if you want to be on my show or whatnot, email me at sbj285@yahoo.com. You can learn more about that. I'm telling you, I forgot to turn up the music. Sorry about that. That was fun to me. But if you want to learn more about my show, you can also go on my YouTube page, which is Broadcasting Genius. You can go on there. And also don't forget to go on my Facebook page here. It's called Set the Record Straight with Soul Train. You can learn more about that. And what's this?
We're 501c3.
501c3, what's that?
Nonprofit organization.
Okay. 501c3, folks. Remember that. It's been an honor once again.
Hey, man, we appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Yeah. Folks, basketball tournament. March 24th on the weekend, 24th through 26th. Be there. Please support Owen. Tell him that everything's going to be all right. You're not alone in this. Owen, if you're watching, and the family, love you. We're here to support you. And all kids, that they're supporting too, we're supporting you all as well. I love you all. My support goes out to y'all. And, it's been a pleasure. Folks, I want you to remember one thing. Until next time, keep it fresh, Cincinnati.